WNBA would probably suffer a large loss of interest if Clark chose to join a European team because rivals overseas are already planning to take advantage of her star power. Fans who are eager to follow her career may decide to focus elsewhere, leaving the league dealing with another. Despite the massive amount of attention and money Clark has brought in for the league, there is growing concern that the WNBA has not done enough to support her, whether it is by making sure she is sufficiently shielded from being targeted by rival players or by giving her the platform to fully display her skills. Clark's departure could set back the WNBA's growth in ways that may be difficult to recover from. The league seems to have failed to assist Clark in thriving, and as a result, the repercussions are becoming increasingly obvious.
We got a lot of players, a lot of these wonderful ladies who bust their tail to make the WNBA what it was. Here's the reality. It wasn't what it is. The quality of basketball may have been up to snuff, and you had somebody as popular as Cheryl Swoops who had her own signature shoe, had to deal with Nike and all of this other stuff. But the bottom line is, very few people gave a damn.
The WNBA, which appeared to be on the verge of a historic season, is now facing the reality that, without Clark, they're struggling to maintain the same level of engagement and are at risk of losing the momentum they've worked so hard to build. In just the last few weeks, the WNBA has seen one of the steepest declines in attendance and fan interest in its history. The league went from drawing some of the largest crowds it had ever seen to arenas packed to capacity to witness Caitlin Clark's dynamic play to now practically begging fans to attend the finals. This unexpected turn of events shows how much the WNBA had come to rely on Clark to fill seats and create excitement. Without her, players are considering going on strike because they are envious of her salary and feel underpaid. Her presence on the court not only inspired her team but also the entire league, turning every game she played into a major event. Nevertheless, the WNBA is finding it difficult to remain relevant. The buzz that Clark generated was crucial to the league's recent expansion, and now without her, the WNBA is finding it difficult to regain that same momentum. The drastic drop in interest serves as a harsh reminder of how important star players like Clark are to the league's success. To put it in perspective, if Caitlin Clark had attended the WNBA Finals, front-row seats could have easily sold for upwards of $20,000 each, and fans and celebrities alike would have scurried to be a part of what would have been the most anticipated finals in WNBA history. Clark's presence would have turned the event into a spectacle, bringing the finals to a whole new level of excitement and media attention. Instead, the league is dealing with a drastically different reality. Ticket prices have fallen to rock-bottom levels, and the excitement that once surrounded the games has vanished.
Caitlin has joined the WNBA. We've now earned enough money for every single team to fly private. So if we put her on the team, we're going to be able to fly private all the way to Paris and back. We have been fighting for private flights for so many years in women's basketball, but I mean, we can go back to commercial.
Due to decreased media coverage and the finals decline as a must-see event, the WNBA has lost out on a significant revenue opportunity from both ticket sales and lucrative sponsorship deals. Since fewer people are watching or going to the games, sponsors are pulling back, costing the league millions of dollars in lost revenue. What could have been a huge financial boost for the league has instead turned into a significant setback, highlighting how important Clark's presence is to the WNBA's success. Not only have ticket sales and sponsorship deals suffered, but the whole WNBA scene has changed since Caitlin Clark left. There is a noticeable lack of energy, and it seems like the league is about to die. The finals, which should be the pinnacle of the WNBA season, have become an afterthought, and fans are just not as interested when the league's top player isn't playing. The excitement that Clark created has vanished, making the games feel flat. The WNBA must seriously reconsider how they assist its top players if they hope to prevent further deterioration. Caitlin Clark is a unique talent that has the potential to revolutionize women's basketball globally as well as the WNBA. If the WNBA doesn't continue to give her the support she needs, they run the risk of losing her to rival leagues in Europe or elsewhere where opportunities for top talent are becoming more competitive. Should Clark leave, the WNBA may once again struggle for relevance and survival in an already crowded sports landscape. Her influence goes far beyond the court. She brings visibility, excitement, and growth to the entire league.
Caitlin Clark has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived a league that was the WNBA, and she is getting paid a measly $28 million.
The WNBA needs to establish an atmosphere where Clark and other stars can not only perform at their best but also feel appreciated and supported in the long run. What we're seeing right now is a clear example of what happens when a league fails to properly invest in its stars. The WNBA has lost its biggest draw, and the fallout has been catastrophic. Fans are disengaging, ticket prices have fallen, and the league's future looks uncertain without Caitlin Clark leading the way. Clark's presence is essential to driving fan engagement, sponsorship deals, and media attention, and her departure would leave a void that may be impossible to fill.
And listen, as demonstrated, Caitlin Clark is a beast. She is so popular that they have recently introduced something called the Clark Cam, which is a camera that is just dedicated to following Caitlin Clark around for the entire game, which is then live streamed here on this.
Since Clark's absence has made clear how crucial she is to the WNBA's success, the league must do all within its power to ensure her return and stay, which goes beyond merely providing. In order to avoid losing Clark and the momentum they've worked so hard to build, the WNBA must provide financial incentives to show Clark that she is valued as an athlete and as a person. Supporting her both on and off the court, shielding her from unwarranted targeting, and providing her with a platform to succeed are all crucial steps. If they don't, the league runs the risk of reverting to a period when fan interest was low and the WNBA struggled to remain relevant and financially stable. With sellout crowds, more media coverage, and a spike in popularity, Caitlin Clark has given the league a taste of what it may become, a powerhouse in women's sports. She has single-handedly taken the league to new heights, making WNBA games must-watch.